The biggest shock of this year's NBA season has been the Houston Rockets. This is a team that went 500 last year and won 22 games the year before that. But in just 2 years, they have completely turned the franchise around. They are currently sitting at 48-26 with the number 3 defense in the NBA and the 15th best offense. Last year, this was a bottom 10 offense in the NBA, and it was a fringe top 10 defense in the league. But they have completely turned this around. Ime Udoka looks like a fantastic head coach, and Jalen Green looks like a young star in the making. He is finally starting to turn the corner, especially now that we've reached March. And maybe we finally get to see what April Jalen Green looks like come playoff time, because yes, the Rockets are going to be a playoff team. They're going to probably be a top 3 seed. He's averaging 21.2 points a game on the year, 4.6 boards, and 3.9 rebounds or assists per game, And yes, I mentioned it earlier. He's only shooting 42% from the field, 35% from 3. It's not great. 8.3 attempts, but it's better than last year, right? 2 percentage points higher on an extra attempt a game. I would definitely take that. In the month of March, he's averaging 25 points a game, 6.8 rebounds, and 4.8 assists per game, or I should say, over their last 9 games in which the Rockets are 8-1. He's shooting 43% from the field and 32% from 3 over that stretch, though. So it's like all the momentum he had in terms of shooting and efficiency is just down the hill. And yes, I know, he's still a young guy. He's just 22 years old. This is just his 4th year in the league. So maybe we give him a few more years to develop and stuff. But, I mean, he's consistently been shooting 42% from the field for quite some time. He is a 6'5" wing with a 6'8" wingspan with absolute freakish athletic ability that can do some things that you just simply cannot coach, like this right here, catching this lob. And when you pair him up with Alpren Sengun, this is a really, really good young duo, especially to be able to get both of these guys in the same draft class. That's a heck of a job by the Rockets front office. 19 points a game this year for Sengun, 11.5 rebounds, 5 assists, 1.4 blocks, and 0.8 steals per game. And I mean, he's been solid, underrated defensively, I would say. It's the number 3 defense in the league, so you really can't have any weak spots or else they get exposed. 50% shooting from the field, 24% from 3 for Sengun this year, and he's just a gifted passer. You can run offense through him if you'd like. You can run offense through the guards and have him post up on the block as well. Here he is taking V's Misi to work, and I don't want to say he's Nikola Jokic, but you got to at least look at the comparison. In year 4, Jokic was putting up 18.5, 10.5, 6 assists, 1.2 steals, and 0.8 blocks. When you compare that to Sengun, who's putting up 19, 11.5, and 5 assists with 1.4 blocks, they compare quite favorably. If you're the Houston Rockets, you could be looking at having a centerpiece to this franchise like Sengun that is, shades of Nikola Jokic. I'm not going to call him Nikola Jokic because Nikola Jokic is the best player in the world right now. It's not really close, but there are some shades, there are some similarities, and if you're a Rockets fan, you got to be really, really excited. He's probably a more athletic Jokic. I've never seen Jokic jump that high off of 2 feet. And then you got to talk about Jabari Smith Jr., a guy that is... They're 14-4 since he came back from injury. They were 12-7 when he was out with that wrist injury. So he's obviously a very impactful piece. He's a 6'10" wing that can really shoot it. He's got a nice wingspan on him as well at 7'1", so he's long, athletic. He can get in passing lanes, help this defense. Remember, they're the number 3 rated defense in the league. He averages about 12.2 points per game on the year, so nothing crazy to go 6.6 rebounds and an assist with 0.8 blocks, but still a relatively good season for Jabari. And if he's making shots like that, he is nearly unstoppable. 44% shooting from the field, 35% from 3 on 5.6 attempts a game, and I'd like to see him more creative, getting downhill, getting into the lane. They have so many wings here with Jabari, Tari, Amen Thompson, Dylan Brooks, and then even Jalen Green and Cam Whitmore, who are more so guards, but they're great wings. And to have wing depth is probably the greatest luxury in the NBA. Speaking of wings, this man, Amen Thompson, he is absolutely generational. I mean, just look at this. Quick in and out, and I'm going to go dunk on KPJ's head. 14.1 points per game. This is probably better than most people in the league, most people in the Rockets organization thought that he would have this season. He's also throwing in 8 boards a game with that. This is a fantastic season for young Amen Thompson, who is just in his 2nd year in the league. He is 6'7", and no, I'm not trying to clip farm, but 6'7" with a 7-foot wingspan. He is a stud, an absolute freak athlete, and he's a great guy for the Rockets to have to continue to develop. And if he starts, knocking down this 3 ball, if he starts developing a mid-range, like right here, you can't just drop off of him. He is going to be a scary sight to see. Nobody's going to want to deal with this man on offense if he's hitting step-back threes, and then you got to try and go score on him, because That's one of the hardest things to do in basketball right now is score on a Thompson twin. Evan Mobley can't do it. Right here, you're going to have Tari on you, and he's going to come all the way across the play and get two hands up and defend it. You got the Terror twins in Houston, and it's extremely tough to score the basketball on these guys. They're a big reason that this team has the number 3 ranked defense in the entire NBA. Seeing the help right there, stunting over on Bam, taking it away and getting down the court. Got a 4-on-2. And then here, clamping up DeMar DeRozan, who is one of the best mid-range scorers in the league, and he does a phenomenal job of it. And then, like we said, he's got his terror twin, Tari Eason, coming off of the bench to terrorize whoever else wants to try and score on the Rockets. He averages 12.4 points a game, 6.4 rebounds, 1.4 assists, 1.8 steals, and a block per game. Give me that, Jonathan Kuminga. I'm going to bang out on the other end. 6'8" with a 7'2" wingspan, coming off the bench behind Amin and at times playing together. I mean, that is ridiculous. Nobody wants to have to face that combination, especially smaller guards. And if they play a team like the Warriors that has small guards with Steph Curry, they're going to be in jail all night long between these two guys. And then, we're not even talking about Dylan Brooks yet. We're not even talking about Jabari Smith Jr. Jalen Green's been playing better defense. This team is so deep, it is ridiculous. And Tari is, like we said, he has absolute clamps. Darion Sebron, NC State legend. No, sir, you may not. And then right here, switching on to Zion, who tries to post him up, play bully ball, is not happening. He's having none of it. Right here, he's going to be guarding the post. I believe that's Paul George. Get that out of here. We're going the other way. And then Rui's going to try to come across the lane, and it's just not going to happen. Swats it away and gets the steal. Now, if you've made it this far into the video, make sure to hit the like button. Leave me a comment down below and hit that subscribe button. As you can see here, a large majority of the people that watch these videos are not subscribed to the channel. If that is you, go ahead and fix that right now. With that being said, let's get back to the video looking at Dylan Brooks, who is the starter, is supposedly the best of all these 3 wings. He's still got a couple years left on that big-time contract that they signed him to a couple summers ago. 14 points a game for Brooks, 3.8 boards, 2.7 assists, and 1 steal a night. He's doing that on 42% shooting from the field, which isn't the best in the world. 39% from 3, very solid on 6 attempts. He's a guy that can light you up from beyond the arc, especially that corner pocket. Even though his jump shot looks a little bit funky, or I guess I should say a lot funky, it works. It goes in, and at the end of the day, that's all that matters. But once again, he's another guy that, yes, he's going to take one horrific mid-range per game, and you're just going to have to live with it. But he can defend 1 through 5. Locking up Wemby right here. Uses his base to move him out of the way. And then Sohan tries to bully ball him. Doesn't work. We're going the other way with it. Now he's going to clamp up Devin Vassell, staying straight, and forces Vassell into a really bad fall-away jumper. And then 1 through 5. And now he's guarding Chris Paul. Tough fall away, and the Rockets get the board. We didn't even get a chance to talk about Fred VanVleet, who has been very solid for them. We'll see if they pick up his player option this summer, but as for now, he's been a solid point guard for him. They've been able to cover him up on defense, and he can defend. For his height, he can defend decently enough. Cam Whitmore's an absolute stud. We haven't got to talk about it all, but I mean, he's exceptional off the bench from time to time. And then Reed Shepherd, a rookie that can go out and get you 25 from time to time, and right now he's hurt, but he's been stuck in the G League for a lot of the year just because this Rockets team is so good. With that being said, that's going to be it for today's video. But yes, the Rockets are the biggest surprise in the league this year. Make sure to hit the like button, leave me a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button if you did enjoy at any point. And with all that being said, thanks so much for watching today's video.